Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. TNC Predator Team Aster, game number 2. DreamLeague Season 13 finale. The major is upon us. The teams have gathered in Germany. And here we are in the group stage, Group A, duking it out. TNC now one loss away from bottom of the group and guaranteed best of one opening round in that final playoff bracket. Trent, scary stuff. Fans shaking in their boots right now.
Yeah, no, thank you. I'll pass on the lower bracket, I think. Faith in TNC to have a better performance. I mean, that was just a game that was... you lost. It was a run over. They had a fast draft. They executed. It was kind of over at 30 minutes and they dragged it out longer. It's not some like I'm sure TNC were feeling the loss pretty early in that one. I don't think they'll be too beat about themselves. It's not like they lost some like comeback game or something like that. They had lots of time to internalize the loss and maybe think about the next game while you're sitting in trees casting Nature's Grasp at creep waves. So one thing that
Wyvern ban. Or are we going to see a Magnus?
Oh yeah. That's a good question. What else is left? Mag, Omni, and Abba all remain. Disruptor actually making it through, I think, for the first time today. I'm pretty sure he was banned all three of our games so far.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough call. I feel like Aster might take Omni.
Remaining.
Actually, they played a lot of Disruptor at Singapore and in that China League thing, so maybe they will go for the Disruptor first, and then TNC go... What will they take? Oh, Io's left. Oh my. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, that's a Bobica hero. I wonder if Fade plays it or Bobica. Probably Bobica.
That's a good question.
But...
And Disruptor right away.
Yeah, that's interesting that you pick it, because they banned the Wyvern, so I guess... They were hoping the IO will get left in, and they find that Wyvern's better versus IO than Disruptor, which I guess is true, but they're both very good versus the IO.
Yeah, they're better in different ways, right?
Yeah. All right, well, TNC. Okay, guys, their victory before was with an IO. How can they do versus an IO? Perhaps they have the same understanding of the combo. They might want... Oh, no, they banned the Shaker too and the Puck. Damn, they were really set up for an IO first. Because Aster were second pick last game, so they really called out the fact that TNC would leave in the IO for them. That is very interesting. They just straight up banned the 3 best heroes versus IO, pretty much. Huh. Well, Tree's gone. They could try the Mag.
I'm still pretty in on the Mag. I don't think we've seen a bad Magnus game yet. He hasn't won every game necessarily, but... I'm struggling to recall a time on this patch where I've been like, oh, Magnus was such a stupid pick.
Oh, God, what is wrong with us, dude?
Naga Disruptor. This is it. This was the combo.
I didn't even... Whew, we're going through all these other heroes when it was staring us right in the face.
Yeah.
What were we thinking? Obviously, it was Fnatic that had that crazy victory over Aster with the Naga Disruptor, where it didn't matter what kind of a lead Aster had with their Magnus, their Ember, and their Gyrocopter. They just kept getting comboed.
They just kept getting caught by the sleep setup. Then Disruptor drops Kinetic Field Static Storm. He gets the Aghanim, so you can't even pop BKB or do anything. And you're all stuck there in the Riptide damage. It's nasty.
Now,
LC, this is a hero we've seen banned a lot.
Yes, we saw this banned by Fnatic after they took the Naga Disruptor. So clearly a hero that these teams are valuing versus the Naga Disruptor. The other hero was the OD. For kind of similar reasons, I would say. Now, what does TNC want to complete this? I don't think you need to worry about the Darkseer, as cool as that is. I think we're gonna pass on the ultimate Wompo combos.
But they could still build some more on top of this. I think Gyro is still a potential pickup if they want to grab it.
For
it's nice to have someone else that can carry alongside the Naga.
Oh, for TNC. They need to ban the Omni right now, I think.
Aster need to? Or
Yeah. I would ban the Omni Knight. The only downside of the Omni is he doesn't offer a lot of control, but I feel like he's just so busted, and it works well with this Naga Siren, the single core, just giving him the status resistance.
She's already pretty tanky. You put the status resistance, Heavenly Grace on top of that, and yeah, she's a real bear.
And you know, Guardian Angel versus Legion.
Yep, that's also pretty good.
The only downside is that it's an offlane that doesn't offer anything against IO +1. Of course, that's hard to find these days. The big AoE stun heroes have kind of gone by the wayside, like the Tide Hunter, the Brewmaster.
What do I have to do to get a Witch Doctor, Trent?
That's a dead one. I don't know. They could. March plays Witch Doctor. So they're straight up just banning heroes that. I mean, the Viper at least was the hero that was played with the Disruptor Naga when they lost to it. Might be signifying that they're going to go for that Ember again. Banning the Viper like that. Or the Magnus, actually, right? Because the Mag gets shoved in a lane by the Viper. So it probably is the Mag. Oh, dude, TNC's just going to pick the Mag, aren't they? They have first pick out of this phase. I kind of hope they do. Mag's pretty good versus IO +1.
Yeah. I think Mags is good in general, but...
And they just banned one of his lane counters. If you can even call his lane getting countered. Oh, they're going to ban the Razor. Yeah, they're magging.
Nurse.
Dire
That's just more AoE.
Chen.
Oh, they took the
Yeah, they take Chen.
I thought for sure they'd do it. So the March Chen instead of the March Witch Doctor. I actually liked your Witch Doctor call. I was into that.
He pops out randomly. You know, he's one of those like sleeper heroes, and every so often he comes out, you go, oh yeah, he kind of does do a lot of damage.
remaining.
I'll never forget that KL Major, dude.
Yeah,
5 seconds.
Puppy picked that Witch Doctor
that's true.
after you chastised me for suggesting Witch Doctor in front of a full stadium of screaming Southeast Asian fans.
I was spamming Witch Doctor at the time, and it just felt awful.
Well, and then it's like, what are the chances he goes level 1 Voodoo Restoration? You're like, dude, just be serious. Come on, this is a major. And of course he goes level 1 Voodoo Restoration. We were like, I guess this is good. It's Puppy. He gets away with his weird stuff.
Yeah,
Crystal Maze.
does what he
CM.
wants. All right,
Okay.
well, CM counter the Chen.
Yep.
Lots of
I
mana
like
regen.
CM, so I'm fine with it. It's annoying against the Chen. Quick pick, though, on the OD. So they've certainly got late game secured here. OD Naga, you good?
Yeah, I'm
team
really
fight?
liking this TNC lineup right now. I thought they wanted the Mag, but the OD's really nice versus the Legion. Once the Aghanim's comes out, like, Duel is just worthless. There's always going to be an Astral.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's so crazy about the Aghanims. You go from having one Astral to pretty much having 3 with the charges and the cooldowns, and they pop up so fast.
Mm-hmm. What do they need to start turning this draft around?
They need whatever laning matchup they want versus the OD mid before it gets banned.
Radiant
Because they have to do the double pick.
Figure out what that is. Okay, they take the gyro.
They did this
So-
last time versus the Naga.
Their Wisp partner.
Yeah, this will probably be the safe lane. So they actually don't take their mid matchup because they were more concerned about the IO partner. They might take Void, I wonder.
On
The TNC style.
remaining.
yeah.
Put the gyro mid, but I don't think you really want the gyro mid in this case.
5
Oh,
seconds
this is ugly.
remaining.
I mean,
feel
what
like
have we seen even do well versus OD mid?
Yeah, that's I'm kind of drawing a blank. Like all the classic counters don't feel good anymore. Like Razor, Kunkka, DK used to kind of do something. Sort of Viper.
I mean, any of the decent ones are all banned out already.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Lena, that's like a classic. You just sit back and you can farm and
Yeah.
you know it's okay.
Aster have tried the TA before. That's kind of
Dire
cool.
team ban.
All right,
They're
well,
gonna ban it.
TNC saw that game.
They're just scrolling down the Dota buff. Pick a hero. All right, well, let's look at Aster. I think Lena's good. It's burst damage for the duel.
Yeah.
God, they could use another frontliner though.
10 seconds.
Another Lena in the back line of this game doesn't feel very good, does it?
5
They could try
seconds
something crazy like
remaining.
Pugna and just try to push lanes down and go fast.
Dire team. Build.
I don't know how great that sounds, but
I think I'm almost back on the Magnus, but Magnus into Naga Disruptor doesn't feel very good either.
at least he's somebody that can farm. He fits the bill for frontliner and also does a lot of damage.
10
Jeez, I feel
seconds
really bad about this draft when
remaining.
I'm struggling to find a hero and TNC still have a pick left. And they have a
5
minute reserve
seconds
time too.
Remaining.
To me, yeah, this hero has to be up front. And it has to have some sort of like good mobility and initiation range for the relocates to capitalize on.
Shadowblade Dragon Knight, dude. Let's go.
Yeah, you want to pick DK into OD?
I want him to pick Pugna, actually, but I don't know. I don't know if there's a pick that salvages this.
I'm struggling here. Like you can't do these like snipers and Lenas. I just don't think it's good. They're gonna go back for the Storm Spirit. So, laneable, has the mobility, not really tanky, but also not like super squishy. They don't have any low cooldown stuns to punish you. This isn't bad. This is pretty good.
I'm pretty good with this. It lets you.
Oh,
Choose
that was
Ricky Maroon.
instant. We just got KP Nagad. Yep, they were ready for that one.
KP Naga, Gabby, Ricky, and then Armel will grab that OD. All right.
Yeah, I guess they couldn't void either because of the Naga. I wasn't even looking at that or thinking of that.
Well, that Ricky was a quick pick.
Yeah, they
wanted that.
They were very ready for that. They saw the storm and they were like, "Oh, perfect." So there've been quite a few Rickies being spammed in pubs leading up to the major. Was like streaming some of them. Tons of Rickies all over the place, and then I hear there have been some in the other groups as well. This is going to be our first Ricky, but he's one of these carries coming out.
He does scale
10
pretty well.
seconds
I had it in one of my
remaining.
pub games, and the poor Ricky got flamed to hell, and then he carried like crazy, and we won because he did a lot of damage. The hero can still pop off. He does need a little bit of space.
Yeah, it was an interesting
Susceptible to
rework.
lockdown.
I think Diffusal's like the best item right now for carry players, so people are starting to just gravitate towards all these carries that are really good with Diffusal Blade and trying them out and seeing which ones feel even more busted than expected. And I think that's what happened with Ricky.
Absolutely. But to go back to the Storm pick, I do agree with you. I think of all the heroes, this kind of covers everything I wanted. You've got some global presence now for relocates with Gyro, and Storm can get there to follow up. Or if LC finds some duels, you can relocate in either one of these cores, maybe get a zip. They do have a lot of potential to break this game open and just get pick off after pick off after pick off and really snowball it into their favor. Going to be hard to do, but I can at least see some win conditions for Aster if TNC don't play this 100% proper.
Yeah, I mean, there's some downsides to this Disruptor and Naga combo compared to the one that we saw before with Fnatic. This time, because it's going to be an offlane Naga, it's going to be a lot of auras coming out from KP, and they're not going to have that blender effect like Fnatic did. Fnatic were 100% all in on damage from the Naga Siren. Like, they would catch 2 or 3 heroes inside a Static Storm in the kinetic field with the Agnum Scepter, so they couldn't BKB or anything, and the Naga just shredded them with all her damage.
Yeah.
This time, the Ricky's a little bit different because he can't actually capitalize the same way when they're all stuck inside
Cool of you.
with his tricks of the trade, because you only target one enemy unit at a time. It's not
That's a
you
fair
can't
point.
you can't hit like everyone inside, right? Not like Naga.
Having double AoE silence, though, is never a bad thing. You're painting Venn diagrams in these team fights.
Yeah, the silence is a super sick aspect in this game.
That's kind of what scares me. The Storm has to play so careful compared to what he wants to do, because there are ways to get got here.
I think even it's not so much him, it's more so his allies. Like this Crystal Maiden needs to get a Force Staff very quickly.
Yeah.
I would say the IO probably has the commit for one, even though you really don't want to have to buy Force Staff on IO. I think this is a game where you need a secondary one. It's just way too strong this game.
I think you're right. Aster moving in a little bit aggressive. XXS going to take some damage
I
here.
have solid intelligence on what is to come.
First blood, of course. Fade with the Sage's mask. Top KP, SCCC also exchanging blows.
Yeah, it doesn't want to eat another full rocket barrage, so just gonna go for the river rune. He'll be fine.
My purpose fulfilled.
And we go 2 for 2.
And Armel has played a lot of OD. Disgusting.
So it looks like they're gonna do the triple start down bottom for a moment here. Bring down a sentry to make sure they don't block one of the camps, and then just make it so that March can live down here and help out the Rookie, because you want to block one of these 2 camps right away, right? Versus the Chen. You don't want him to get that first spawn. Hopefully the small camp should be the one you're aiming for. Ideally, I think you body block the small camp the first time and see if you can make them waste a sentry, but hard to get over there when you have the double supports like this. And they're definitely keeping an eye on Fade. They're going to be watching very carefully for where he puts down that observer. Now March will reveal that he has the sentry brought in.
TNC getting in the right clicks. He'll finally drop a Crystal Nova onto Tim's, but...
Trading regen versus an IO +1 is a losing battle, though.
Yeah.
But you also have the Chen at the same time, I suppose, so it kind of works out. And now finally Tim's will leave. So this was the eventuality, and they weren't able to block the camp. Boku's going to scout it, though, and see exactly what it is. He knows it's the ghosts.
Very annoying, that built-in slow.
Not the best creep for March to get, though, so nothing too concerning here.
What's your dream for first creep?
It depends on the lane, I think. I mean, I do like the Ghost. The Ghost isn't that bad, but there's 3 heroes right now. I don't think the Ghost is very good versus 3 heroes.
Okay. That's...
My purpose fulfilled.
I like the little, what is it called?
The Banisher?
The guy who takes away your regen.
Oh,
he just got buffed. The what?
The Ghouls?
Yeah, the Vool Assassin. I like that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, those guys are good. Yeah, you don't realize how nasty that poison is till you click on it and go, oh shit, this guy rips.
But here comes the Ghost Lady. She's still high tier. She's a quality one. And the Disruptor's now gone, so it's a little bit better. Sorry, not the Disruptor, but the other guy, the IO.
Yep. Checking in up top, but still relatively quiet lanes. Game 1, very slow. We have like 1 kill or 2 kills in the first 10 minutes. So might have another similar laning phase. That poor Ghost frozen up. There's the CM counter. Nice deny from March, though.
Mid lane.
Still doesn't feel good, but...
Chuan did get an Arcane Rune, so he's been putting the hurt into Armel. Already forced out a salve right there, and Armel gonna purchase up the full magic wand. Try and take advantage of all the spam from the Storm Spirit.
Still 8 denies. Armel pretty comfortable. And SCCC actually struggling in this top lane. Only 8 and 3 compared to the 11 and 5 Naga. And Ricky leading the charge. So it's like they've been disrupting this lane a bit.
Yeah, life much better these days, I guess, for a Storm mid, right? You don't have to worry about any of those like mana issues or int issues anymore. Nothing happens until the ulti comes out. So these early levels, it's still not great. Like he's still losing it 16-10, 12-3, but there's not any like domination against these like short range heroes now. Yeah, but still very, I mean, look what he's doing every time. It's very frustrating. Chuan still gets the deny. He's going to pay for it with a little bit of his HP, but he misses uphill. It's in that time, though.
Armel gets another love tap in. But yeah, you're right. The Storm just has to hit that baseline. You know he's going to recover in the jungle.
Oh,
he's one of these...
Tim's? Oh, look, 2 couriers. he pinged it. I think he thought about going for them. He wants to get some wards down first instead, though.
Doesn't want to waste the smoke on a courier.
Damn, he could have at least one of those couriers, if not 2. Oh, but instead he's going to get a kill.
Shows up mid. This Storm Spirit glimpsed back. Should be done for here. Tim's takes a tower shot, but that'll be the first blood.
Looked like he was trying to get the kill over, but couldn't quite make it work out. Gabby now gets frostbitten. Needs a pounce.
Oh, tricky trade. Very nice.
Yeah.
Blink strike back to March.
Strike or
And now I
sprint.
TP home, and you bring me back. Ah, Chen.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, it's real fun to play against. And speaking of fun to play against, Chuan is out. After his death, he's gone to the jungle. And OD off to a
Success.
great start. KP doing KP things. Cutting the waves. This is why that ward is placed down here by Tim's. Because both TNC and Fnatic are going to see these kind of straps where they're going to play super deep. This is the March special. Just creating farming opportunities in his carries and these ridiculous areas.
Breaking up down bottom. LC actually leading the CS chart right now. And just about tied for #1 net worth with the gyrocopter. So lane's looking okay for Aster.
Where's my
Bounty
pension?
runes, 2 for TNC.
Yeah, looks like KP's gonna miss out. As he's obviously in vision, just cutting the wave. It's so funny how KP makes this work as an offlaner when we just don't really see any other teams do it, but it makes sense, right? She's like super high armor. She just creates illusions like this. She can infinitely tank these creep waves, just a minor amount of regen because of all her armor, and then you have all this wave clear with the Riptide.
Yeah.
So everything about her adds up. She has an AoE setup in terms of the song too.
Sure. Yeah, and at these levels, I mean, these supports can't do much. Wisp or CM don't really want to party with the Naga.
They have 2 cores having a very good start here. Now, we haven't really talked that much about the Legion, though, because obviously XSS is having an incredible start. He's well ahead of the Ricky.
Has been
Man, his career just died again.
Just what I
A
need.
rough go.
Yep. Phase boots now on XXS. Ricky doesn't even have brown boots. That's a pretty scary discrepancy.
Yeah, they want to take down that Chen creep, too.
At least he gets off an ice armor before he falls.
Yeah, he's going to get a... Oh, wow. Tried to go for the catapult instead. I thought he was going to go for the big damage on the Gabby. What's going on up top here? Like the Naga's getting some friends here. Courier's on the hunt. Very dangerous with your treads inside.
He's
Yeah,
holding
go-
his level 6 skill point.
Yeah, just in case he has to abandon ship.
Yep.
Of course, I think a Siren is supposed to, you know, draw in the ships.
True.
So I don't know how she abandoned ship.
Well,
Gyro, however, is flying in a ship. So this
In
is
real
all
life-
very lore efficient here.
in real life, Nagas didn't have teleportation scroll. So, you know, it just breaks the whole lore. It's like the time turner in Harry Potter. It just ruins it.
Oh, that's fair. Ooh, Gabby. Oh, no, he didn't get the dodge in time. That's how the raindrop thing popped.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good try.
Oh, your favorite item, the Keen Optic.
Ooh.
Wow, Tim's is level 2? Jeez, he's been doing a lot of running around. He needs this lane space. That's a level 7 Storm Spirit. You gotta be careful. Man, this guy jungles like crazy. Think about the start he had. The fact that he's up to level 7 is pretty impressive.
Great. Gabby. Blink strike back across. This is a little tense. XXS just shy of level 6.
Gabby's really getting shafted down here, man. Having to play all by yourself this whole time.
Yep.
It feels like when you leave a Slark to just try and get level 6. That's pretty much what Ricky was up to, but he's gotten there now. And I don't think they preemptively brought the detection for it, so better scenario now. This Observer Ward did scout Armel's rotation up top. That's why you see SCCC backing off. So they're going to know there's a ward somewhere here, but hard to tell exactly where that is. And that's a pretty unique spot, too, that they placed it there. Much more common to see the lane ward or the cliff ward. We'll see if March snipes it with the sentry. For now, he holds.
Euro's starting to gather up
Oh,
top.
we got him. Easy, boy.
Oh, not going to find anything. Ricky continuing to be elusive. I keep thinking they're going to find a duel in this bottom lane, but the Ricky's just dancing around a bit too much.
I'm glad that he's still going for those range creeps and those jumps like that, because like, if you die, it is bad. Sure, you're going to feed away, but it's also pretty bad if you're a Ricky doing nothing but soaking XP.
Yeah.
I don't know. KP's not going like diffusal and stuff, you know. He's going to do this classic build he does with the pipe. Sometimes he goes Crimson Guard. It's an okay Crimson Guard game. I could see it.
That's not bad.
Gabby, they have a sentry. He just avoided it. And now he's gonna run onto Fade. There's that sentry though.
Under attack.
That's Triple C acting cool. Did you see that?
Tower is
Yep.
under
Yeah, he,
attack.
like
He went back. They're trying to bait this in. And there it is. They're going to explode, and Gabby will fall.
he did that one little half step, and then Gabby's like, "Oh no, he didn't see me. No, I'm good."
Yeah, I if I were Gabby, I would have been a little suspicious there. That was the classic, oh God, oh wait, no, not oh God.
Don't panic. Act cool. I mean, it's really easy from my perspective to see that,
Yeah.
Right.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
but it
I
doesn't
guess-
feel that way when you're the Ricky.
Radiant's middle
I would
tower
think,
is
you know,
under
a Ricky
attack.
player, you know, you're in the head, you pay attention to those little details. That's the kind of shit you're looking for. You're ready for those next level sentry plays.
Well, he's ready now. Now it's on his head, you know.
Yeah, they did get that tier 1 tower down bottom. Aster did. This
Oh,
whole
man.
lane has just been ripped apart. Tim's is trying to leech a little bit. He's gotten up to level 5 now.
And that tier 1 item in the Iron Talon. Ooh.
Zip!
You know, Storm's doing all right with that kill. He's catching up.
Now, talk to me about Mask of Madness Gyrocopter.
Well, it's still very good because of the disassembly.
Right, okay.
Rushing the Aghanim, like, you do still have to buy Ags, right? Because Io can't just give you Scepter anymore. So yeah, it just lets you farm really fast. I think Bobica doesn't necessarily want to be with SCCC the entire time. If you just have Io the whole time, you can still farm really quickly. But if Io wants to like make plays with Legion and stuff, which Bobica does, then it's good to have your own farming item. And eventually you're just going to disassemble it. Like, it's kind of like a Midas for Gyro that you don't even sell later. It just becomes components for something else.
Okay. Sounds pretty efficient.
Yeah, seems good.
Lane. On the XXS. Rotation from TNC to secure that one. Does take 4 of them, but they find the kill.
Yeah, that's why it didn't cost the Sackstorm or the Sandys. They just had to glimpse them and a freebie.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Trying to figure out what the next move is here for TNC. I guess you just farm up the Diffusal Blade on the Ricky, and then you start playing with Song until the Aghanims is done. I don't think there's much else left to do. Oh, speaking of which, Blink Dagger revealed mid lane.
They grab him. Armel going down. Dual damage not going to be there, but of course they do get the kill.
Oh, nice. They just got SCCC there in time. They have the Song, and they are all sitting right there with the Static Storm, but I don't think they have the damage of that OD, and they think the same thing.
Well,
They're going to try a single pick off.
that comes in on the fade. Glimpse back. XXS there. Trying to support. Press the attack. Not going to be enough, though. They've got the damage inside of that kinetic field. Storm looking for a counter kill the other way. Jumps in onto March. Has the Wisp Tether. Now jumping out of mana. Maybe looking for a courier. Grabs the Disruptor. Call down. Gets charged up. They lose Tim's. Now about to lose March. A lot of damage coming out of Aster still. Naga Siren stunned up.
my God.
Low. Aster cleaning house. Buyback from the Disruptor. This fight's not over yet. OD drops the ultimate. Static Storm kinetic field. Damage is not enough. The Gyro lives. They get a duel on the other side. Armel, he's going to fall again. Now Gabby makes it back under tower. He's taunting, but it could be the end of him. They dust him. They sentry him, and he's down. Big time deaths in the mid lane for TNC.
Middle tower has
This is
fallen.
all because KP didn't have like a stick or a wand or anything. That is one thing about this Naga Siren not having like any stats, right? Like the way that you build it, he just bought it out of the stick right now because he knows that he messed up. If he had Magic Stick there, he sings and they all just get out. And there's no additional kills. They kill Crystal Maiden and they leave. But he was at 110 mana and didn't have anything left for the Song of the Siren. That was brutal.
Went from a
that's the
pretty
kind of
even
fight
game to a substantial 14-minute lead. 5K net worth, 6,000 experience.
And that was a, what, triple kill? Yeah, for Chuan. He got Tim's, Armel, and Gabby. And Armel goes in for like the greedy play after. The constant, like, classic TP one in after another because things are getting low and it starts to look like you can turn things around. But they're fighting into a lot of this early sustain here from the Io.
Armel died twice, dude.
Yeah.
Got knocked off here, but that whole thing started with a jump onto the OD and then expanded into a wider fight, and they killed him again. So now Storm's like 1,500 net worth ahead of him. Looking for an Orchid rush, just Kaya Orchid.
And we've seen this OD be such a strong hero, but a lot of it relies on that good timing on the Aghanim Scepter. And with the double null and the Aether Lens picked up, it's still a ways away. Not getting any kills
like this,
to accelerate.
This rushing the Orchid. It allows you to really isolate the OD. He can't save himself or anybody, even if he gets the Aghanims if he's silenced.
No, yeah, and you know that he's going to go for that Aghanims first, so he can't afford an earlier BKB
right.
or anything else
if he went like Yule's Aether Lens, his first 2 items or something, you've pretty much already won the game. Forcing the enemy OD into shitty item choices, so I'm with you. It's a good read.
They're gonna try and bait out that bounty, maybe. XSS has already blinked here. He's just dead, I think.
Yeah, not a lot of support nearby. 2 heroes in the jungle. They're just gonna let it go. So, you know, sorry. Cut the losses. It's a 5-hero rotation from TNC.
TNC going to try and get this game back on track. For them, it still relies on big items, though. Okay, here's some handy ones. The Nether Shawl, that's very good. I think they saw the Vampire Fags on the Dire as well, but we need that Diffusal Blade on the Riki. That's even more important than the Aghanims, honestly, at this point for the OD, because this Riki just does not feel like a core yet. Just kind of a nuisance, really.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. It's a little mosquito.
Yeah.
Little nips hurt, but they don't really do much damage.
And that Mass Command is accelerating him into a very early BKB here for SCCC as they'll get an Ancient stack set up for him.
Illusion.
Yeah, BKB before eggs.
16-minute BKB, very nice. I mean, you look at this Radiant team and BKB is king, right? Like when is there going to be an Aghanims? Well, actually, he's not going Yules first, so pretty soon. Tim's has been the most aggressive Ags buyer for the last couple months on the Disruptor. He loves going max Thunderstrike and just hitting neutrals and hitting lanes the entire time to just rush the Ags. Will he have a Yules on any of his allies, though, is the question. The only person that could really go for it maybe is KP, but that kind of defeats the whole purpose. So I don't know how they're going to really set these up that well. They pretty much have to rely on KP just getting in range with Song. I guess Astral's the real setup, right?
Yeah. When the Aghanims comes out, sure.
Yeah. Well, Aster getting a little anxious here. They want to get some more duel victories for XXS. Io busy helping SCCC.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I don't know, it's another one of these games where it feels like Aster could really get aggressive and try to further this lead and break the game open. But you can also spin it the other way. They've got a nice lead, so they can sit back and farm, feel pretty safe for the next, couple minutes while they get this next round of items and then take fights truly on their terms.
I think their aggression is working because XSS has been off map for so long that they got scared, right? Like literally they just left bottom with 3 heroes and the creep wave has just been hitting the tower. So these guys are not farming in the mid. Gabby's not farming. Armel's not farming. KP's the only one really showing up top doing anything, and this whole time you're playing aggressive with this Legion Commander, this Storm Spirit, and Crystal Maiden, and once you find the enemy, you're just going to relocate him with the IO. So very good IO play coming out from Aster. Seems very coordinated as a team with the hero.
Yeah. Gabby has really fallen off. I mean, he's even farm with KP now, and instead of having 2 scary carries, you've got these 2 sort of offlane heroes filling what feels like a similar role.
I'm surprised to see that Aster, when they play in their China leagues, no one picks IO. It's not picked or banned in any of their matches, but when they play in Singapore, they pick and they ban IO.
That is odd.
When they play against other regions. That's very interesting.
Just trying to have a gentleman's agreement. Just, all right, Wisp is dumb. Just no Wisp.
I don't know, but like they play it really well. I would like to see them practice it more, or maybe that's why they don't play in those leagues, because they feel like they have a good enough handle on it and they're trying other things, because that's kind of what those leagues are for in a lot of ways.
That would be my guess.
You definitely don't care about the prize pool. You're trying to work out new strats.
Sure.
For glory.
And get intel on what other people are trying.
Yeah. XSS has Blink, but he doesn't have Dust. Fade. Oh, they catch him. They have Dust on the CM. Not even going to need it. He's still under.
Oh. No, silence was there. All heal. They turn onto the Storm. He's down low. He's dead. Gabby gets that kill. Looking for more onto Fade. It's off a freeze, but they've got vision. Drops a freezing field to try to break this up, and it'll actually be successful.
Wow.
Duel was still available. He was silenced that whole time, so he couldn't get it off.
That was a lot of respect there from TNC to not go further.
1,000 gold.
All right, good grab for them. Huge to kill the Storm Spirit like that before he can get in towards that BKB. It looked like a kind of free pick here, like a Ricky underneath a Sentry Ward like that, but not enough lockdown.
Couldn't get the duel.
Yeah, that was a nice Static Storm for the save. And then obviously the kill onto Storm too. What to do now if you are TNC? You've taken a kill, got the Storm once. I guess you just keep farming and hope that they play aggressive like that, because the only cooldown that you burned was the Static Storm and the Song. Oh, it is still level 1 actually. I thought it was level 2. That's gonna be another minute and a half. That's kind of painful.
As much as it is big for them to turn that around. Oh, up top, we'll hold that thought. Duel used onto Armel. Relocate in, not going to get the duel damage, but could still set this up. Defensive Astral.
How the rim calls me home.
Yeah, that's going to be considered more important. Look at that ward that was placed down here. They have a like outpost guarding ward essentially that lets them know when someone's going to try and make a play at either the bounty rune or the outpost. They do get the Iowa to relocate, but obviously you'll take that trade.
Yeah, even though they are starting to quell the Storm's momentum a little bit, you still got a big gyrocopter problem. And speaking of Storm, he's playing down bottom with the Ricky, but backs out as he sees support is inbound.
So what do they do to kill Storm? Like, because he did die, but he died by zipping in and committing to a fight. Like, they can only react to the Storm Spirit. They have no way of actually initiating on him.
Yes, they have to create some sort of scenario where he is in a Ricky smoke cloud, and that's their option.
Yeah, Storm can't die. Like, if he's just doing his own thing and not diving on people, it's going to be pretty hard to kill him until they have, like, Scythe on OD. The only other way, I guess, would be if Gabby gets under him with a cloud. That could also work. And then that would give enough time for the net and the Static Storm.
BKB.
They can also Astral him, too, like if they catch him with one of those. He's got decent range if he's farming a creep wave. Maybe he'll get caught from fog, and then they follow up with a Static Storm. That could happen, too.
I mean, isn't this... It's shaping up to be a game where Aster are going to play tight for another 2, 3, 4 minutes, get their next 2 BKBs on their cores, and then take a pretty crippling fight with 30 seconds of magic immune across the screen. That seems like the obvious play to me right now. I guess they're going to smoke up and try something more aggressive, but Storm's about halfway there. LC's a little less than halfway there.
Never see this coming.
Gotta be cautious. KB has his double pipe thing that he's done before. We talked about this the other day.
Yep.
And he's gonna be able to hood and then disassemble or unlock and then double pipe. So if they catch him with a song here, they can get both. Oh, KB doesn't rip it though. They were right next to each other. I mean, they're running after a Crystal Maiden. I don't think Fade cares if he even dies here.
A gift from the Tempest of Battle.
And they have that ward still scouting again. Another, just a really nice placement there. I think copy that one for your games, guys. That one's really sneaky because look where they're de-warding, right? You're not really expecting that placement. The other place would be like right here, a little bit further up. So impressive.
Still a bit nervous for TNC. They're having trouble finding an angle. And they are getting out farmed. This isn't one of these Nagas that's just taking over the lanes and soaking it up. Aster are farming way more quickly around the map.
I think TNC are going to wait for the Aghanims, because that is an answer, right? The Disruptor Aghanims on the...
Disruptor, okay.
Yeah,
They just got ODs.
Yeah, but once they have the Disruptor one, they can actually just kill Gyro, which is pretty huge. As much as we talk about the Storm being hard to kill, the Gyro still has to play in the front line, and if they catch him before that BKB, it's going to ruin his game. Maybe Bobica will be enough to save him, depending on his positioning.
This'll come in.
Oh, he's Essence Ring. All right, never mind. He's good. This item is busted on Io.
Spree!
Fade.
The instant obliteration on poor Crystal Maiden. The Imp Claw to help.
Yeah, you're right. Essence Ring on Wisp is like stupid good.
Yes, it is completely broken.
Especially if you have a mech too.
It can make or break an IO game. It's probably maybe I'm over exaggerating, but it feels like the best hero item combo in the game just because of like how early the Essence Ring comes out.
I think for tier 2, that's 100% true. Period. I'd have to look at the list.
Well, I mean, the only thing is when you talk about like tier 5s, like the odds of that happening in those games, you know, I mean, sure, if you count like overall, then there's going to be some stupid Apex Pudge thing. But I think like realistically, in games that happen, it doesn't get much better than Essence Ring Isle.
I'm with you on that.
It's like Skywrath Mage clumsy net level, you know? It's
yeah, that's another.
And it's actually better than that.
At least the clumsy net has a downside, right?
Yeah, and you can buy an Atos. You can't buy this thing. This is just another mech. You can't buy 2, you know? It doesn't let you.
Yeah. BKB now out on Storm. And LC, slow and steady progress, about 3k gold now. So they are waiting, and I don't know, I guess you're right. Rutger's going to have the Aghanims real soon, so maybe he will just counter all 3 of these Aghanims in the next team fight and get TNC back on the map.
Oh, huge. The telescope. Big item pickup. That's a good one. More attack range for an OD, more cast range for an OD. Come on, dude. That is some top tier stuff right there. This is smoke time. Bring out the smoke, March. Pull it out of the backpack. All right, let's go.
March with the pipe.
Oh, we need more Ags in this game, says Gabby. He's queued one up for himself after the Manta.
All right, there's the smoke. Aster on the other side of the map. See if TNC can sniff him out.
Oh, a gem. All right, they're ready to fight as well then from the side of Aster. Ooh, high to low. Telescope to repair kit, but you know, you gotta take some lumps when you get the sweets.
Ooh. LC heading up, the vision for, or battle for vision rather. Aster instantly jumped in the back line. There's the duel onto OD. It's a great catch. Call down. It's going to be enough kills for sure. They got the kill. March, TP out, will make it.
I love that recognition from SCCC and Chuan. They see heroes, they instantly press BKB. There's no messing around versus Naga Disruptor, right? When this guy has a negative scepter, you just hit your damn BKB to make sure that you can be able to fight. And that's precisely what they did. Easy fight win. Great duel there from XXS.
Absolutely. Is that first of the game, actually?
Yeah, his first successful duel damage.
There you go. Now in Roche we go. OD does have the buyback, but looks like he's holding it for now, and they're just going to let this Roshan go. It's CCC, the one to grab the Aegis.
Has his butterfly as well, so he is very scary. 5k ahead of the next closest hero, and it's his own ally. So
when does the Ricky start doing damage, Trent?
When he has items.
Well, he's got a Manta now. He's got the Imp Claw.
I think the problem was that a lot of his allies weren't quite ready to fight, like right when he got his defusal late first off, but then both him and OD were so slowed down that they kind of missed that like first window where it feels good, and now he feels like he needs like a basher to do stuff.
And Gyrocopter has a butterfly, so that's gonna be another issue with the damage output there.
I mean, butterfly versus OD and Ricky is amazing. Very good item choice.
They do not have a good answer to this. There's the repair kit.
Oh, it's huge.
It's going to work. It is sort of mitigating SCCC's damage. They will back out. Or will they?
We're just holding. Not going to press the big buttons. Still has Aegis. They don't want to dump the Static Storm on him.
Wisp just makes it so much harder for them to find those initiations.
Now we're gonna back for 30-minute bounty runes. Oh, they got Craggy Coat too. Oh, okay, cool. So they got all of Iowa's best neutral items. Once he uses up the Fairy Fire, he'll have Craggy Coat. Just lovely.
Wow, so we got Fairy Fire, Essence Ring, Dragon Scale's pretty good, and the Craggy Coat.
I'm kind of surprised he has Craggy and Backpack over Dragon Scale.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe he just feels like I'm not getting hit anyway. Oh, okay, he's doing some itemization here. Oh, he's got the gem coming back. Oh no, it's just wards. Okay.
Dig!
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Huge wards. said repair kit mid. Fine, we'll go. All right, this is the play. You see this? They're gonna go bottom, and then they're gonna repair kit bottom, and then they'll go mid.
The old repair kit ping pong.
Yeah, the switcheroo.
Yes, Triple C just living in the nether realm.
Armel's starting to get some stacks up though.
Yeah.
This guy's max mana increased by 450 at the moment. Ah, a quiver without a grove bow. Never thought I'd see the day.
Well, 30 minutes, and I actually would love to see Aster grab this outpost up top. When you have this kind of a lead, it's a great way to choke out the enemy.
He's going. But Gabby reads that too, so he's hoping it's just going to be a Crystal Maiden. So they're going to try and make a play here. This is very dangerous. They're going to cancel the TP.
And they'll get it in time.
Good choice.
They're now bringing the Naga too. Looks like they're thinking about trying to catch them at the rune.
Smoked up, looking for trouble.
Dire's middle tower
And
is
only a
under
2-kill difference, but 18,000 net worth.
Oh, jeez. Just keeps on. I mean, look at the gap between some of these like other cores, though. It's all gyro for them. I mean, that's not true. Storm has a pretty big lead too, but then like, you know, the Ricky, the Nagas, they're up there with the OD 11K.
A lot of it's in the gyro. He's got a Satanic. On the other side, who do we got? It's the Naga Siren, dueled up, a little light on damage, but they should have the control, and they do.
Just can't get those bonuses. Just a little bit shy a couple times now.
I don't know if it matters. And dare I say that the dual damage is one of the more overrated aspects of this hero. Like, yeah, it's great if you can get it, but
no, it doesn't matter.
You're locked down, baby.
No, I don't think the repair kit's gonna help on this one.
Tier 3 down. Buyback used by the Naga.
All right, they still have 45 seconds on this Aegis though, so they can't really wait it out.
Zip in onto the OD, BKB, Popeye Chuan. They're not giving this Disruptor an opening. They don't kill Armel, but they push him back. Song of the Siren does catch SCCC. Remember, he's got Aegis. They really don't care if he goes down here.
Even Fade is a BKB on Crystal Maiden right now.
And it wasn't even close. They barely do any damage, but Boca tethers them straight away. They are going to get these barracks.
Aster going to do things a little faster this game, even though they were pretty much just as strong in the last one. Maybe their coach had a little talking to you. Is Burning still with them? I feel like Burning was like, yo, guys, all right, I like you being safe, but come on. You got to show some strength. You got to put the fear in them. They're scared. And there's the Aegis. All right, here we go. TNC, time to clap back, and that's a BKB, and they went for the Disruptor.
And the Disruptor in big trouble. Taunted, Tim's is down. Has the buyback, probably going to need it. Loses the OD, Armel, KP. This one will be a buyback. He can't get out. Gabby in big trouble. He's able to blink up, but KP not so lucky. Buybacks being used if they've got him. The final stand for TNC. 26K net worth. Aster not backing up. They are so sustainable with that Wisp. The Static Storm, Kinetic Field, it just doesn't matter. They're going to grab March. He'll fall right outside of his own well.
Yep, still right-clicking. All right, now the Sandys is building up, though. Keeps getting the stacks. He's got 2,400 mana. There's no BKBs. If ever there was a time.
Well, they're going to have to make this play happen soon. They jump in on the Fade. They do get that kill. Wasn't worth the sanities, though, for a Crystal Maiden.
Nice. Missed the gyro.
Not great. Glyph comes out. TNC doing everything they can to hold on here. CM's bought back. SCCC makes the call. I'm going to stop mucking around. We're aiming to hit the repair kit. That'll delay things. Die back now on March. They're going to grab another. It's going to be Gabby. And now they've found the duel. Armel going to be the next casualty. One by one. TNC getting ripped apart. Repair kit just resulted in more devastation, dare I say.
So our first game, TNC looked incredible. They demolished Nigma to the point where people were mocking Nigma from like coming from a minor and getting absolutely obliterated.
Yeah.
And since that game, TNC have fallen off a complete cliff.